don't forget to subscribe for more reviews. Please also like. Thank you.
Hello there everyone, Tom here again, and today we have the privilege of taking a look at the sixth set for the Build the Optimus Prime from Agora Models, and we begin this with checking the electrics that come with this. We have two little LEDs that are going to go in the feet. So basically we pull out our battery pack here, right? We remove this connection here from the one that we used to do, the one that works the head. I'm just going to set it aside. We're going to plug this into the new one that we got in the first tray. Theoretically it should go right in there. It does. Alright. We take one, I'm just going to take one of these here. See which way does it go. Hopefully it's all the same. Yeah, okay. Next we find a small one here. And we should be able to plug this in. Theoretically. Man alive. It's got to go this way. Why is it not going in? Because it goes in the other one. Jeez, don't make the same mistake I did. Alright. So we're just going to try these to make sure that they actually light up. I think those do. Yep, those light up just fine. And these light up just fine too. Alright, so I'm not entirely sure what you would do if they didn't. I guess you'd contact Agora and tell them that they don't light up. I mean, other than that, I don't know really what else to tell you. I don't like how difficult it can be to get these out. I can easily see that becoming an issue. I'm going to do this off camera. So after we've checked the electrics, the next thing we do is we bring a TR601 and TR604, and they're going to come together with these are both die-cast pieces. Here we have the bolts, the things that go in, whatever you call them. They're going to look just like that with a little silver bit coming up top. And we're going to take 4 of these PWM 2x6 screws, right? I'm going to dip it in just a little bit of oil because it's metal going into metal, and screw that in. Incidentally, just so you all know, I'm probably only going to do this one just because this is not the right screwdriver. Where's the screwdriver they gave me? Regardless, I'm probably only going to do this one foot, because if it's right, it should be mirrored. If there's anything different, I'll let you know, but I'm going to go ahead and do these other 4 right here. Other 3, sorry. There's all 4 of them in. Make sure you tighten them fairly tight. I put in 2 of them and didn't tighten them all the way, and it just fell right off. So just be mindful. Next thing we do is for the second part of this, we've already checked our electrics, so we know they work. We bring in part TR623, part TR617. We mirror them together so that the lights are coming down. Alrighty. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to put these here in. Let's see, they're supposed to go, according to this, looks like red on top and yellow on the bottom. Maybe they go in here first. This is TR612. Yeah, okay. So there's an order you got to do this. Put these in like this. Take this. This is going to come over top of it and set in right here. And this is going to come in, and it's got a little nubbin sticking out and a hole. Put that in there like that. So everything lines up right. Okay. Now, these are going to be connected with PM 236 screws. I got to looking, I couldn't find any 236 screws. So they're black screws. Here, I don't need y'all to think I'm telling you a story. Don't know how well that comes off, but it's PM2 3x6. I don't have any PM2 3x6 screws. I looked. So I had a whole lot though of the PB2 3x6s. So if this doesn't work, what I would tell you is do not make the same mistake I'm making, which is using this screw instead of whatever it says you're supposed to, because I didn't see a screw for that. So I mean, it's going in. Here's hoping, folks. I mean, if I mess it up, then I'll show you, and hopefully you won't make the same mistake I do. That's kind of like the way I'm looking at it right now. Getting this in here. Ooh, careful, Tom. Careful. Back where it goes. There we go. This is slightly delicate work here. You don't want to go too deep with it. Why is that not? Do we need to glue it? Maybe I need to ratchet that one down a little bit more. Ah, goodness. Remember, folks, you see me struggling with it, you might struggle with it yourself. That's the whole reason why I try not to edit out my mistakes. Dang it, get in there. I'll tell you what, if this thing doesn't hold, then I am going to put in a drop of glue. There we go. I mean, I think it'll still come loose. Hopefully something will help hold it in place. Hopefully. Because there is a little bit of play here. Alright, what do we do next? Next, apparently we take this, and this is going to go in here. I imagine it's going to butt up to this. And this should be, if I'm smart, I'll put me a drop of glue on here. I'm smart. Alright, I'm going to put a drop of glue on here. So I did end up gluing this. I'm working on the other foot at the same time, and it needed it as well. Just be mindful, okay? The screw is not going to hold it. So next, we take this section here that we just made, and we slot it in here. I'm trying to be careful. My glue is still moderately wet, so I'm trying not to do too much to it. And we're going to connect all this together with which screws are these? Oh yeah, the PWM 2x6s. Since we're going into metal, I'm being kindly cautious here, trying not to damage anything, but I am trying to get it in place. As usual, I'm not doing too strong on the initial. I'm not trying to screw it in all the way is what I'm getting at. I'm just trying to get it in place. So for this one I'm working on, I'll probably connect it all the way, just because there we go. Don't want to go too crazy with it, but you do want to ensure the fact that it's snug. There, that's snug. And that is what the left foot looks like. Okay? Is that correct? Lord, I hope so. Is that right? Yeah, I think so. Okay. Next thing we do is we bring in one of these TR644s, and we're going to need two of these circular thingies here. It doesn't say that we have to glue them, it just says we have to put them in here. Okay, that should line up just like that right there. And it wants us to put them in place with two PB2 3x6. So here's one. I'll go ahead and put the first one in and show you what they all look like. I think I missed it. I sure enough did. Alright, let's line this bad boy up. I think that's good. Looks like it's lined up properly. It said 3x6, so I'm trusting that this is what we're supposed to do. Okay, there's the first one. I'll go ahead and get the second one on. So this is what that looks like when it's completed. 4 screws. I've gone ahead and done, like I said, both of them. So yeah, just getting those out of the way. Next we come, this is piece TR607, this is piece 605. It's got certain ways of going, but regardless, it goes in just like this. This is the left. It actually has an L on it right here, and this is held into place. Oh, I'm gonna need my Allen wrench. All right, so we need our Allen wrench for this. And we bring in washer, lock washer, put that on there, drop that in place. You'll see where that's going. Then we just tighten it down. We're going to do this here, 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 and here. So that's what it looks like with all 4 of them in place. Next, we take part TR621, and it is flat on 2 edges here, and the flatness will relate to the flatness you can see here. Just slip this in here like this. Then we connect it again with a PM 3x6 bolt and a TR 6 to 8 lock washer, and it goes in on both sides, here and here. We'll go ahead and do that now. Next thing we do, we take this piece here, which is TR609, and it's going to slip over top of this section here, and the bolt holes are going to line up with the bolts. We take some more of these TR 3x8s and the lock washers, and we just put this into place. The trickiest part here is making sure that all the screw holes line up properly. Sometimes you got to wiggle it, but it will go in, and then you just lock it down, as you would imagine. There's not as much clearance here as I'm kind of making it look like. I'm bending the wrench so that it goes in, okay? Both sides, same thing. This one will be slightly easier since we don't have the stuff in the way. And that's where we are so far. Let's see here. Next, it looks like we're going to take this piece here, and I swear it looks like one of these pieces. This is a TR603 and a TR616. Looks like this comes in just like this, and it appears that it is going to come in and line up here, like this right here, and be connected, again, you guessed it, with some of these PM 3x8s and the lock washers. So theoretically, it should go in here like this. Theoretically. There we go. Okay. Put that in here like this. And we'll do the one here in the back first, just to get started. I'll get this one in here for us, and then I'll just do the others off camera. In fact, it might be expedient of us to just go ahead and for me to just pause it here and turn off the camera and just do these, because this is starting to get a little tedious. Of course, what do I like to say? If you see me struggle with it, you might as well. So perhaps this would be a nice place to have one of those, you know, little revolving tools to just keep it in place. I'm going to go ahead and do these other three. So I've got all those bolted in just the way they go. Next thing we do is we take our wire here and we feed it through this hole right here. We're going to want enough so that we can do what we need to later. This little bit just comes back behind. Next, we take part TR 810, and this goes on a particular way. It has to go on like this, right? You put this end in first so that it comes down, and that will give you the clearance you need to put this into place. You know you got the right one because it'll have the cutout for the ankle. Okay, so this will be what, the right foot, I think. Is that right? Yeah, that should be right. We're going to install this using PB 2 3x6s. Now, I don't know if I have to have a little bit of lubricant on here to make it go in right, but this is die cast. So just to be sure, I'm going into plastic, but my luck is it wouldn't work right. So I'm just trying to cover my bases here, and I'm not using a crap ton, maybe just enough. I'm getting the little bit of the very top part of the screw in here so that it will go in where it belongs. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and do a screw here and a screw here, and we'll come right back. Next thing we do, since we've got all these in, right, we bring in this piece here, which is TR602, and we bring in two of these, which are TR616s. These are the little vent thingies, right? They just come in here and they just kind of stay in place here, like this, right? Then we bring this bit up, remembering that this is loose and not crimped. These are raised, right? So it will leave plenty of room for us to put that there and still have this wiggle. I was a bit concerned about that, but you know, looking at it, making sure it works okay, seems fine. And we are assembling this with the PM 3x8s and lock washers, and we just put them in there, here, 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 and here, and we just bolt that down. Theoretically, get in there. There we go. We just bolt this down here. It's not a problem. I'll go ahead and I've got this first one in. I'll go ahead and get the other three. Okay, so we have, I've got those in. Next we bring in our foot, and you want to make sure that the lights here, if you're like doing like I was and two at once, match up here. the lights need to go like this. Okay, you just bring this in. You need to connect your light fixture first, so make sure you get that in there. I'm gonna test my lights here. I'm pulling the cord back in case you're curious. Flip this over, and we're going to put these in. We're going to secure this with the last 4 of those PM 3x8s. And if I haven't shown you, if you can see that, there's a little bit of blue on the threads. It's paint, and that paint is going to help keep this particular piece in place. So that's kind of what the paint is for. It's just to help keep it in place. It'll help keep the threads from backing out, especially with the lock washer on it. It won't go anywhere. Alright, so I have 3 more of those to do. I'll go ahead and knock those out. And that's what that looks like with all 4 in it. Next, we're going to be working on the heel here. Get the cord here out of the way. And to do that, we bring in this part right here, which is TR606, and we bring in this part previously that we made, and we just line up the screw holes here with the bolts holes that you can see right there. Just line it in place, just like that. Now, this is going into a die cast piece, so I'm going to take my PWM 2x6 screws, dip them in just a little bit of oil, just for a little bit of easier driving into place here, and put this in place. Again, I'm not trying to get it completely all the way in, just get it almost tight, because you never know, sometimes these parts wiggle and move, and sometimes they have to for you to be able to complete what you're trying to do. Now this one here, I will go ahead and I'll tighten down all the way like that. Not trying to put any stress marks or strip anything, just tightening it down. Tighten this one down the rest of the way, just like that right there. Okay, now this is going to come over. Be mindful of your wire here. This is going to connect just like you would expect here, right? Comes in, latches like that, and we put the final pieces in that we're going to put here. And for these, we use the 12-inch. Where are they? Here we go. For this one, we're going to use the 12. What's the number on it? The PM 3x12 with another lock washer. So bring that in, and these as well have the little blue threads. Pop that in place right there. It's a slightly longer connection here. That's why I think they're using the 12s. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Could be wrong. It's the summer of '78 all over again. Could be wrong, but that's okay. And I'm just going to tighten that down like that. I'm going to go ahead and do the other 3. Okay, so the last thing I said I was going to do was check the electrics. So just plug this up and get to it. Okay, and we're not going to obviously plug them in all the way. We're just going to try and see how they fit. If they do. So that was plugged in all the way. I don't see anything lighting up. What was that? kind of dream it, or did it actually light up? Okay, so that one lights up well enough. Okay, I guess maybe I just wouldn't hold my jaw right. Alright, let me see if I can get this one out without damaging anything. Okay, so that one works. Let's try. Alright, so that one works too. So maybe I just wouldn't plug in the batteries in right. Okay, so it works. Okay, I can live with that. Hopefully it's just a thing here on the battery pack and not anything, you know, electrical. Additionally, since we have two of these now, and I'm not sure which one would be which, I don't know if y'all can see it or not, but I put a piece of painter's tape. This is the one that came originally with the head and the chest. And this is the new one we've got. So I've got this one labeled head and this one labeled feet. Not the most original, I know, but at the same time, I'm just trying to keep them from getting damaged and keep them from being mixed up. We have concluded that it's easy for me to mix things up. I have one other thing to say before I leave here, and that is, am I the only one that's slightly concerned about the proportions here? This is one of his feet. This is his head. Now, I've looked at the pictures, and yeah, his head is way tiny, but this is disconcerting to me. This is disconcerting. His head is smaller than his toes. just proper perspective here, folks. I'm in on this. I'm not backing out. It's just, that is disconcerting. Additionally, this is the foot, right? This is a solid piece of die cast through here, right? There's no toe articulation. Hopefully he'll have a rocker, but yeah, it's a solid piece. It's going nowhere. Not only that, that probably weighs 3 pounds. How heavy is this thing gonna be? Like I said, I'm not saying I'm not getting this. I'm going to finish this thing out, but we ought to be able to voice some concerns as we find them. For me, he's going to be very stable on his feet. I hope the ratchets hold in his hips, so that, and his knees, so that he doesn't fall from the weight that he's going to have. Because remember, his arms are fairly heavy too. They're not actually. This is heavier than this, but not by much. Yeah. Anyway, this is Tom. Thank you for watching this build. I will see you at the next review. We're getting the leg next, but it's just like the skeleton. It's like a Menosaur without the cars on the back. There's none of the stuff that goes around it. It's just the skeleton. So yeah, see you next time.
Thank you for watching my Papa's channel. Please subscribe and like. Thank you.
Vitamin John. Operators are standing by.